So it is okay to be sad. That's what I want to talk to you about today. At the moment, it is a really hard, really unusual time, and there's a lot of emotion going around. And it is really okay if you're sad. It's okay if you're overwhelmed, upset, angry, frustrated, worried, all of the emotions. Last night, when we were clapping for the NHS, I started to cry. I started to cry because I was moved by people coming together, but I was also sad for the NHS workers and what they were having to go through. I was sad for the people that were struggling with the disease. I was sad for the people that were dying and had died, and I was sad for the people that had lost people. And I started to cry, and I just couldn't stop. I came inside and I cried for quite a long time. And you know what, that's okay. Because sometimes you have to feel those things, and it can consume you and it can keep going and keep going. So it's important trying to find ways to bring yourself out of that, but you shouldn't have to just stop it. You shouldn't push it all down and keep it inside you, because that's not going to be helpful either. I try and find ways to deal with it, but sometimes I just have to sit there and be sad, and that's what I did last night. Last night I was just sad. I let myself cry, and then I went to bed and I went, I'll try again tomorrow, because I just needed to deal with those emotions. Now, when I was really depressed, I used to feel like that all the time. Emotions used to overwhelm me, and they used to get on top of me all the time, every day. And if that is how you're feeling, I really recommend going to speak to someone. There's a lot of help out there. There's things like the Samaritans you can call to talk to. It is hard feeling like that all the time, and that's when you probably need someone else to help. I've said that I've been struggling for 10 years. I'm currently seeing a therapist, and she's amazing. And I'd probably say that out of the last 10 years, I'm currently doing the best that I have. But I still struggle with those emotions. Last weekend it was the same. I heard a news report about Italy, and I became very, very upset about all the people that had died, and the families mostly, what they were going through. And I couldn't breathe, and I kept crying. And it did consume me, and I spoke to my therapist about it. And she suggested trying to find ways to release it, trying to find other ways to kind of deal with that emotion. So she suggested doing something creative, because I quite like art. And when she first said it to me, I panicked. I was just like, oh God, I've got to paint painting now about my emotions. What if it's not perfect? What if it's not like award-winning, like, painting? Or what if it isn't right? Which is crazy. How can me doing something that is expressing my own emotions be right or wrong? It's not. It shouldn't be anything. But so I avoided doing the artwork for a while. And then one day during the week, I became really angry about something and a little bit worried. And I just wasn't sure how. I was starting to feel like I was being consumed by it. So I thought, what the hell? I grabbed a piece of paper and a Sharpie, and I just started scribbling. I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't think about painting or, doing something creative or anything else. Like, I just needed to get out this frustration and anger. And it was far from a piece of artwork. So this is what ended up happening. I'm probably not going to win any prizes for that, but do you know what? It did actually make me feel better. It's a bit like punching a pillow. It was a way of really releasing what was inside me. And I now stick it on my wall, and I look at it when I'm feeling angry or frustrated, and I feel that same release. And I wasn't expecting that at all. And I know that that's not going to work for everyone. You have to, again, find something that works for you, find a way to release some of the emotions inside you. So some people might do it through exercise, maybe punching a pillow, maybe song, maybe a dance, or maybe just writing it down, just writing down your feelings. I'm dyslexic, so anything that involves too much writing or words is just not great for me, but it might work for you. But the most important thing is to know that those feelings are all right, that they're okay, that it's not, you want nothing to feel ashamed of. It doesn't mean you're not coping. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that other people are dealing with it better than you. By pushing them down and trying not to show them, you're that's not helpful either. Well, I don't think it is anyway. It's not helpful to me. It just makes them sit there and makes me feel, I guess, sometimes even more anxious. Now, I know that sometimes people around you, the people that love you, care about you, might feel really frustrated if they see you upset, especially if it's happening quite a lot. And you might find that they try and tell you to pull yourself together, be brave, get on with it. There's nothing to worry about. You need to stop being sad. There's nothing you can do to help them or fix it. Yes, it's sad, but you don't need to keep dwelling on it. They might get angry, they might get frustrated, and that's just them. That's them not being able to see you upset. That's their way of trying to help you, and I know that it doesn't always seem like that, and it can seem to make things worse and harder, but most of the time it's done out of love, because they just don't want to see you sad. So for those people that do see their loved ones feeling like that, just tell them it's okay. Just give them a hug if you can, or just be with them and tell them it's okay to feel like that. This is a really sad, weird, crazy time, and we just need to kind of be there for each other. And if you're the one feeling it, just feel it. If you need to sit and cry, cry. But if you can find another way to express those emotions so they don't consume you, that's also great. But I just want to end one last time to say, it really is okay to not be okay. It is really okay to feel sad and feel overwhelmed with everything that's going on, and you are certainly not the only one.